What up, my freaks? RuinousInsight here with part 37 of my Total Warhammer II modded Arkhan the Black campaign. So as we saw last time, Miragliano fell and Clan Squire is down to just these two settlements, Skavenblight and Tobaro. We should be able to take them out, I think. I mean, these two armies didn't have too much trouble with the armies at Miragliano. I do imagine the Skavenblight defense should be a little bit tougher with better units, but we still have the vast range firepower. So unless Ikit is hiding somewhere over here and jumps here with another full stack, that might give us trouble. But otherwise, I think we'll be okay. In the meantime, that is not going to happen right now because we are going to be busy with Teotiqua. Wait, are we attacking it right at the start? Let's see, what do we have here? 5 full towers, meaning 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that should be enough. We could just attack like this. Oh, right, I wanted to try to fight them in the field, didn't I? That's why I was going to do one more turn. Was I going to do one more turn? Or, I mean, it can't really hurt to do one extra turn, can it? I doubt they're going to attack us in the field, but it's not like the extra tower is going to... it's gonna be a bad thing, so let's just wait for it and go back into go back into ambush stance. Arkhan can't move anymore. I guess we could set him here just because in the province, if nothing else. And then we'll try that. I really don't want to destroy them with artillery, but you know, if we have to, we have to. Other than that, I believe I've done everything that needs to be done between the turns as usual. In fact, between the episodes, rather, I just changed a lot of the items that all of our heroes have. Now, granted, these are all going to be temporary because eventually when we run out of other uses of canopic jars, we're just going to be maxing out all our heroes with the best gear that, you know, canopic jars and various types of luxuries can buy. But until we reach that point, I'd like them to at least be serviceable. Anyway, I guess we're going to end the turn. We'll see if Skavenblight does anything interesting, and otherwise we will attack the forces at Tiotiqua. Now, you are going to have to... Oh, man, it's going to take a long time to get here, aren't it? If we march stance all the way over here... I think we can't get here either way because of the damn marshes around Skavenblight. Unfortunate, but what can you do? Hopefully there's not a secret army that's going to go into Tobaro as soon as we move away from Miragliano and then attack either Miragliano, Lucchini, or Sartosa itself. Although Sartosa would probably be able to hold. Anyway, here comes the end turn. Let's pray that Teotiqua does actually attack us this time and doesn't foil our ambush. Lots of population surpluses we can't do anything about because Tomb King buildings are just too damn expensive, but that's perfect. Oh, hello. It looks like the Skaven have actually gotten a force outside of the settlement. We can fight them on the field. Now that'll be fun with both of these armies, yeah. Actually, not to our advantage because it's probably easier to win in the artillery fight, but no thank you. It's not nearly as fun in my opinion. Military alliance, no thank you, buddy. And yeah, I know I'm not really aligning with anybody, but I don't want to piss everybody off quite yet. And let's see, we're almost through Teotiqua. Will you do it? No, ambush foiled again. I think they're too close and had grief destroyed. It looks like we're not going to bother going for Malice after all. It looks like we are going to... Do we bother with these islands then? They're yellow territory, right? Let's see, Herald of Zandri. What do you do again? I just had it, but then I missed it. Herald of Zandri does Vanguard deployment for skeleton chariots, and this is completely useless. We can't do anything with this. Alright, you guys. How about a little mini alliance? You guys already aligned with Knights of Calor, so why not? Trade agreement as a non-aggression pact and a military axis. And I know it's a tiny faction, they're not going to give us a lot of money. I just don't really want to bother going all the way over here when we have a much bigger fish to fry. No lizards to fry, as it were. Alright, payments, demand payment. I guess we can nickel and dime for this as well. 1,300, how about that? Really? You won't give us 1,300. Okay, non-aggression pact, trade agreement, military access, and 800. There you go. It's still high, okay. And there we are, lovely. We have our little triumvirate over here. And, whoa, wait, whoa, what is this? Weak head taker. Is that a full stack? That can't possibly be a full stack there, can it? Why is he here? No, there's nothing here. Oh, there's an Undercity in Karaggarud, isn't there? Wait, how can there be an Undercity in Karaggarud? That was his capital. There wouldn't have been an old Undercity there unless he managed to have one spread from somewhere. Huh. Well, this is highly suspect. And yeah, the corruption is still very heavily Skaven favored, but it's not like we're finding these things. Might have to build some patrols here. But I guess we'll figure that out later. Looks like Teotiqua won't attack. Then I guess we're going to attack them in a second. I just want to see if we can't attack Skaven Blight this very turn. Because if we can, I would prefer... looks like we just can't reach him. Okay, that's fine. And I take it we suffer attrition in the marsh? No, we're immune. It doesn't actually cause attrition? Or swamp, rather? Huh, I could have sworn that it did. Okay, well, if it doesn't, it doesn't. Let's march forward. I guess both of our armies are fully healed up now. Move them a wee bit forward and then draw Vamik out, or force the rest of their army to be drawn out due to Vamik being there. Gotta love it. Alright, let's level you guys up just before this. You are gonna go for a true Grand Master. And you, who leveled up here? Lich Priest. Okay, what do you got, buddy? We still don't have Arcane Conduit for you. We just got Keeper of the Lore. You have the... I guess we're gonna go Disciple of a... No, we're gonna go Disciple of Tra, I think. We already have plenty of regular troops here, and I think we need to add a little bit of damage to this army. That's the thing it lacks the most, so it might as well give it. There we go, so you guys are good. Miragliano hopefully will be able to stand. We're going to build walls here for obvious reasons, as well as... Okay, well, that's already done. We don't need to build this. Treasure Tomb. We should probably level it, though, and you know what? We might as well start building ye old Pyramidion. I'd like to also build a frickin' Scorpion Nest, but it's probably going to be a long time till we get the Scorpion Army operational. We're going to get the Sphinx Army operational in only 4 or 5 turns, so that's much better. Yeah, you know what? Build the Pyramidion for now. I'll think about what to do otherwise later. We'll also finish up the walls in Lucini over here, and it's going to take a lot of our cash as well. And Lucini... Now, what do we do with you? Will this place make a decent amount of cash? It'll be okay. A great amount of cash. I'm just wondering, do we go for a Pyramidion here, or do we go for a Treasure Tomb instead? Pyramidion will slightly increase our money everywhere, but we won't be able to capitalize on it all that much in this particular territory because we won't be able to get the Stonemason. Whereas the Treasure Tomb will benefit everything around. There's not much around either. I'll see for now, just go Growth. Or even Public Order. We can't, we have problems with our corruption here, don't we? Ironically, the Skaven corruption is higher than the Vampiric corruption. Despite these were... Oh, well, I guess Miragliano was a Skaven territory. Alright, just go for Public Order for now. We'll change that up later. Now, you are also going to need to do the exact same thing. And... I'm just going to build the buildings before I forget, before we move on to the fight here. This is good. I know I was building these everywhere, but I no longer remember exactly... Aha, wait, I wanted to build this. There we go. All regions of the province increase in income, huh? That means we should definitely go for a Pyramidion here, but we can't afford it quite yet, so we will do that later. And everything else I think is okay. We do still have a little bit of cash to spend. We're almost at the point where we could probably delete a bunch of buildings in Caracasgal, or the Blightwater rather, and replace them with a bunch of more expensive buildings. But I guess we'll still await on that one. Aha, Pyramidions to be built here. Let's do it. One here, and one of these stone... What? Oh, right here. My bad. There we go. This place should be making a decent amount of money soon, and we're still in growth here, trying to get that necropolis. Yeah, it's going to take a while. Might as well keep it as it currently is. We might have to have somebody kill Mr. Darzius rather, Darzuis Goreseeker on the way. I think since we're not going to be fighting Itzitza, and since Malice has just been wiped out, we'll send King Setup over there. And I swear there was another little, there's this little army right here. I might have Arkhan just auto-resolve it. But anyway, let's attack Tiotiqua, shall we? And, yeah. Darius. I was just playing Battletech, and I have Darius on my mind for those familiar with the game. Anyway, let us... This should be fairly in our favor. I'm pretty excited to see the Mortis engine. Hopefully the enemy doesn't entirely die by artillery. Let's find out. I guess we're going to go on the walls anyway with all of our towers, so it won't happen that way. Did I just press continue siege? I did. It's very late. At least when I'm playing this. Probably not so much when I'm uploading it. Anyway, fight battle. Alrighty, here we go. Teotiqua, relatively well defended, and they've got some interesting units. That's 4 sets of flyers compared to our, what, 5 or 6 sets? That's going to be a fairly interesting fight if the flyers manage to actually duke it out. In the meantime, we have a ton, an absolute ton of Tomb Guard in our towers. That makes it sort of worth it building up the towers, because while we couldn't get a battle outside in a nice field fight, which would, I mean, it would favor our cav a lot more as well, we can still get a decent fight on top of the walls, as the Tomb Guard just take forever to go down. Unfortunately, we will not be able to get through the gate and do much with that, because that's all of our Tomb Guard. So the only things that can go through the gate are our lords, the Mortis Engine. Oh, speaking of the Mortis Engine, this is the first time that we get to see it on the field. It looks exactly the same as the regular Mortis Engine, but it's still such an awesome freaking unit. I can't wait to get more of these. And I'm undecided whether I want to get Arkhan II. I'm not entirely sure what I would replace for that, but these things are just so awesome. And I feel like Arkhan should have another one. It's just, what the hell would we replace? Anyway, let's continue, speed this back up to where it should be, and watch those pretty glorious Tomb King towers approach. I wish that there was some variation in the towers as well. Like, I don't know, slightly different decoration or something, so that they're not all identical. Especially since they've been built outside of the city that they're assaulting. Shouldn't they be slightly different from each other if they were using the materials that are out here? Although I suppose the undead could, in theory, I mean, out of all the factions, undead are probably the most likely to build stuff that looks identical. I.e., if one, well, I was about to say vampire, but Tomb King is commanding all of its thralls. Although, the Tomb Kings are a little bit different than the vampiric thralls, so Okay, well then I would say that is, the best case of it is from the vampire counts. Especially if it's zombie construction, right? If they can control all the zombies to essentially do the same thing. Although I think in the lore there might, like, if they got architects or engineers or something like that and then raised them, then they would be better at building stuff, right? So, because they retain some of their power. Now, unfortunately, speaking of retaining power, this Kepra Guard tower is not going to be able to retain its structural integrity, because it's going to collapse because it's taken too much damage. I'm actually surprised. I think this is the first tower that we see go down in our... in this Tomb King's run. Although, granted, we haven't used a lot of those towers, and wow, that's kind of funny that the facade just sort of collapses like that. Unfortunately, this means a half HP damage to the Kepra Guard, who is our only regiment of renown out of these guys. Although there are still some special regiments here. Anyway, time for the towers to get here. Ooh, and almost simultaneously. That's pretty cool. These two were basically simultaneous. Okay, that's kind of dangerous. Should really stop that. And there we go. The Tomb Guard are marching in. We got these ones being stopped. Wait, does this? No, it doesn't actually stop them from moving off the tower. Why would they use the Net of Avantalk on them? That's weird. I'm not entirely sure what the AI is doing. Now, on this side, our Tomb Guard have also arrived, but the enemies do not have nearly as many defenders, and it seems that we are able to get a much larger force. Oh, imagine getting some warp lightning and all this. It's lovely to see the Tomb Guard actually in action, finally. Versus Temple Guard and Saurus, no less. Although, I feel like we're lacking a little bit in the swords department. We're mostly spear and halberd Tomb Guard, which means we will have a pretty tough time dealing with the defenders. It's going to take a long, long time to kill them. And our best unit at dealing damage, the Kepra Guard, are now dead. Well, not dead, but at half HP. And they are going to move up into this tower. Ooh, can you see models climb up the little stairs? I've never actually checked. What happens here? Or do they just disappear when they walk in? Yeah, they just disappear when they walk in. A lazy creative assembly. But that's okay. Oh, look at this. There's like such a neat battle line going on because of the way the towers arrived and the enemy is holding the line. They're holding quite well. They're obviously not taking a crazy amount of damage. Now, in the meantime, our single Tomb Prince leading the charge here has broken through the gate with his ram and is now holding his shield as he gets pelted by javelins and towers, while all of our lords, King Khura and the Mortis engine, as well as King Setup, and I believe, and now we're right, Prince Aru, they're all coming in here. They're all going to jump inside and try to deal with this. I don't know how effective they'll be because there are dinos here, and they don't really have any answers for anti-large there, at least not so well. I suppose when the Tomb Guard managed to break this force apart, then that'll be better. But at least we'll get to see the Mortis engine fight some. I don't even know where to turn, which of these fights to watch. Oh, and it looks like King Khura is in there first with his War Sphinx. I would have loved to see a duel between the War Sphinx and the Dino, but I think we all know that the Ancient Steg would have won. Because that's a better matchup for it. If it was a Necro Sphinx, on the other hand, then it would have gone our way, the rock, paper, scissors. Right now, he's by himself, well, with the Lords here, but the Mortis engine is now coming in. Here we go. And there we go. Now we're in here. We're getting some of those debuffs coming in. Oh, and it looks like the enemy decided to charge with all of its aerial units into our lords just to try to surround them. That's a pretty interesting take from the enemy. I feel like this is rare. Usually what the AI does is it keeps its air units all here. It doesn't use them to help out on the walls, even though aerial units are very good on the walls, and it really doesn't use this. So I'm kind of surprised, and I'm kind of impressed as well. So good job, Tiotiqua. You're making a pretty decent show of yourself. I really wish that this particular battle wasn't so dark. It's just so hard to see what's going on. I mean, this battle is... there's so much going on here, it's hectic, but the fact that it's all dark is kind of preventing some of the better animations from being seen. It's a shame. In the meantime, we are going to send in all the bats, counter the enemy flyers with flyers of our own. I think that makes sense to me. In the meantime, this part of the flag still holding out in terms of the Saurus Warriors with shields here. They're at half HP now, and these ones are a little bit below. And the Tomb Guard are basically unharmed. Okay, that just harmed our Tomb Guard a lot more than... That literally harmed the Tomb Guard more than the Saurus Warriors did. And I think that was actually a shot that was going to try to hit the Croxies over there. But it didn't go quite right. In the meantime, we are also going to bombard this place with our Carrion, the Flock of Joff, with their special ability. Here we go. And a drop-in, trying to do some damage, just gonna explode some lizards. Well, I mean, what else would we be exploding? And here come the bats. Now that is a hectic freaking screen. I really wish you could view this through the gate. And I swear there was a camera, like... I'm pretty sure the SFO integrates a better camera mod. Oh, wait, you have to toggle off the camera passing through stuff, don't you? Yeah, but then you get clipping, which is also kind of weird. So I guess this is just the best of what we can do here. The enemy, for some reason, dropping another net of Amantok, grabbing all of those bats in the air. Kind of interesting. Oh, some of the bats are taking a little bit of damage here, but now we are moving the Tomb Guard off of this portion of the wall, but this portion of the wall, the enemy freaking Temple Guard, they're basically unharmed here. I mean, they're comparable to our Tomb Guard. Battle of the defensive titans, as it were. Minus the literal defensive titan, the Hyro Titan. The only literal titan in the game thus far, right? I don't recall there being any sky giants. Which are giants, though. This is so fun, but all I can see is freaking bats. Yeah, too bad all the sky titans rather are. Did I just say sky giants? Whatever. The Sky Titans are dead. Would have been, although they were so gigantic that it probably would be kind of weird to see them in a game like this. Even with the 4th game going to get all the demons and stuff, and as I understand it, some great unclean ones, and some of the, there are some pretty damn crazy gigantic demons, but obviously I really doubt that they're going to be in the game. There's probably going to be some limitations with that regard. And I wonder if Hyro Titans are to scale, or if they're actually can be bigger ones. I want to read up on that a little bit. Ooh, an attack coming in from the Slan Mage. Slan Mage actually moving up. And man, this battle's actually lasting a really long time. I think this is one of the best things about armies that are focused heavily on defending units. They are just so much longer battles like this. And I really like that. And it looks like we now have our Necro Serpents in here, even though you can't really tell what the hell's going on because it's so dark once again. Game. The longest battle, and it's freaking dark as all hell. But oh well, the Necro Serpents have come in, and we're trying to drive them forth just because this Slan Mage is here, and we should be able to destroy the enemy lord if these guys can move in. The Slan Mage appears to have also cast a banishment on top of all of our piles of units, and we see a bunch of dead Necro Serpents here right under that, although I'm not entirely sure whether that was the Ancient Steg or whether it was the banishment that actually managed to kill them. Bats still flying around. We did lose one unit of bats that dropped right here. Oh, it's about to drop, in fact. I told it to retreat, but I think it's going to collapse. It's got 21 units right now, and then it's going to hit critical mass and die, I think. Or was that the... was that another one? Maybe this one escapes and the other one died. I no longer remember. Maybe that one did escape. It looks like they did. Okay, good job, bats. Well, I did the exact same thing with another one earlier, and that one did die. The Kroxigors also did quite well in holding off of the the Tomb Guard here. I think the Tomb Guard that have taken the most damage by far were the ones that were down here and fighting the Kroxigors. It's partly because of the weird way that you get off walls. They sort of bunched up like along the wall in a very long line, and then the Kroxigors were able to just annihilate them. But, well, by annihilate I mean get them to half HP. But still, it's pretty good. I think one of the really major things I've learned in this particular battle is the fact that the units, or the slow Tomb Guard units, these particular slow Tomb Guard units, i.e. this army, really like to block each other. I was telling pretty much every single unit to constantly move forward over and over again, and they really didn't want to do it, especially the Tomb Guard on top of the walls. Because they're so slow, they just start moving slightly, and then they get back into combat, i.e. they're engaged, and then they just move back in, so that they end up not moving at all. It's kind of silly, but what can you do? At least the Slan Mage and the Kroxigor should go down pretty soon. In fact, while we're at this, let's check back on this flank over here with the Temple Guard fighting the Tomb Guard. Still going strong. The Kepra Guard are now up here, though, so they should be helping dish out some damage. Although we're not surrounding these guys nearly as much as we'd like anymore, because they're sort of pressed up against the edge of the battlements here. And unfortunately, the Tomb Guard aren't really moving forward. Oh, but we do have a bunch of sword wielders on this side, ironically enough. And, oh, it looks like the Ancient Steg has finally routed, along with the Feral Cold Ones running away along with it, being followed by some Halberdier-wielding Necro Serpents, and our unit of Hex Wraiths. They did take quite a bit of damage while they were at the, they were breaking through the gate, though. They went in before the Necro Serpents, i.e. the Necropolis Knights, and they took quite a bit of a beating there. I actually had them back out and then heal up via the Realm of Souls and then come back in. Anyway, we should be able to chase down these guys just fine, and we also have a little bit of a bat fight, killing a bunch of skinks on top of this portion of the wall. At this point, we're just trying to make as many enemy units around as possible, because some of their units just aren't dying. Their heroes in particular, they've been alive. Well, this guy we haven't really touched, the Saurus Scar Veteran up here, but this one that's pressed against the wall here is just holding the line. We really can't damage him, and our heroes are all quite hurt, so I don't really want to send them in there as well. I'm actually really impressed with the Slan Mage, or conversely, unimpressed with the Necropolis Knights, the anti-infantry ones, all here, whereas the Halberdiers were chasing the Steg. And these guys are really not breaking the Slan Mage very quickly. And I remember last time I played Lizardmen. Now, granted, last time I played Lizards was in Vanilla, but the Slant Mages were fairly easy to kill if you actually had a unit drop on top of them, because they have very low melee defense despite the fact that they have some nice resistances. Gotta love the frickin' Mortis Engine hovering over everything, though. Although the magical damage from the Slant Mage is probably not so good against it. I think that the Slant Mage is now too close to drop a banishment on top of itself, though, so it can't really do anything to this giant pile of units. And, like, still, look at its HP. The Kroxigors are now out of the picture here, essentially. I think they've routed. I can't actually see them. Oh, actually, they're about to rout. Okay, there they go. And now it's just the Slam. As well as these Temple Guard holding line, and oh, it looks like this battle is just about over. It was pretty epic, I gotta admit. If it was a little bit lighter, so that we could see everything, it would have been even better. But it lasted long enough that it was pretty impressive, wink. Slanesh giggle and all that. Alrighty, and the heroes are basically unharmed, so I'm really glad for the freaking chain route here, as it would have taken forever to bring them down if they were unbreakable. The Temple Guard finally routing and giving way to the Tomb Guard, who managed to pull it off. I'm pretty curious who did a lot of damage here, like who did the most. Our artillery, unfortunately, basically did nothing this particular episode, and while I do say unfortunately, I do sort of like it that way, because we got to fight this without having destroyed the enemy with artillery. I suppose we could have waited and not attacked the enemy with our siege towers right away and just had the artillery bombard them first, but then it wouldn't have been nearly as fun. Anyway, there it is, decisive victory. Let's see how we did. Let's especially see how the Mortis Engine did in terms of the damage.
The day of awakening comes.
Wow, I wanted an infantry battle, and damn it if that wasn't an infantry battle. Those Temple Guard just standing on the walls, holding off the Tomb Guard forever. Both of them just not giving up, and I guess both of them rating defense much higher than attack made that that battle alone take ages, especially on that left wall. I mean, damn, and the enemy heroes just would not go down. Obviously, this army lacks actual damage, and it does rely on artillery and the Necropolis Knights to help out with that situation, but unfortunately, Necropolis Knights did not find a particularly good use in a siege, as they can't really use any of their maneuverability. I was also a little bit disappointed with how the Necropolis Knights couldn't kill a unit of Kroxigors as well as a freaking Slan Mage. That shouldn't have very high melee defense, even if it does have physical resistance / a ward save. We did lose a single unit of bats, but you know, who cares, they're bats, we just replenish them constantly. The Mortis Engine, though, 52k kills. We gotta get us some more damn Mortis Engine. Is that even... And that it came in after all these guys, and I think that did by far the best of anything. Yeah, we gotta build more Mortis Engine things, i.e. Desecrated Sepulchre, whatever the final level of that is. We gotta get these in, like, every army now, because, I mean, damn. I feel like a Mortis Engine could really help out the basic troop army, the one with the Krokigar Legion. Depending. It would certainly help. Anyway, there we go, decisive victory. We lost 606, but that doesn't really matter. That should be the end of Teotiqua. We're obviously going to occupy that. Southland's jungle is now ours. Faction destroyed, yada, yada, yada. Minus 10% to all spells, channeling staff. Swell, and another glittering scales. I like that. That'll be a useful buff. Now, we got ourselves a Necroserpent Nest here. I don't think we need it. Don't need it. Don't need it. And another Royal Burial Chamber. Getting lots of free Bone Giant buildings, which I certainly like. We are going to go worship a Fox here, even though we do need the growth. In fact, I think we're going to first build a growth building here as well. And we're going to build one here as well, because it's going to take a while to get this to level 5 otherwise. A real long while. Now you, tiny army. I'm reasonably sure we should be able to auto-resolve you with 3. You kind of like us. I don't really care about that. No, you're not at war with anybody. But I don't want you raiding our territory, and you beastmen just really love to do that. So, get ready to die. Arkhan, just auto-resolve this. There's no need to fight an army that's this weak. Yeah, he's gonna move away. We'll have King Kura and Arkhan follow him. I think this bat will die when the auto-resolve happens, but you know what? I don't really care, it's just a bat. There we go, tech. And auto-resolve it. I hope this you know what? Wait. Nah, I don't think we need to fight this, should be fine. What's the damage? Yeah, it's not much, it's fine. It's fine. Endless March will give us some money, but I think we're just gonna keep getting those canopic jars, as we still want to get all those items. Ooh, a perfect vigor, banner of swiftness, nice as well. Alright, and now Arkhan. It's time for you to trade with Kura. You are going to give him Snuggles. Snuggles is going to go into the Scorpion army. And you are going to give him your last Hekaran warrior. You're going to take the Mortis engine, who did absolutely gloriously. And you're going to take another unit of Hex Rates. Sorry, Snuggles, but it's goodbye for now. You're going to be commanding all the other Scorpions under whatever lord I decide to put that on. We'll see. Alright, there we go. And with that, Arkhan's army is ready to go. So you, head up here, go kill those beastmen. I guess technically Kura should be following you, but we are going to actually send him down here. Oh, wait, we could do that here, can't we? I was going to say to build some bone giants, but we could do that here. In fact, you get out of this. You go into Teotiqua. You can build bone giants right now. Yes, you can. Perfection. Okay, 2 bone giants. We're going to delete the skeleton archers. And a Hekaran warrior, even if it's high level. There we go. Now that's a support army, minus Snuggles, obviously. Snuggles is gonna go into a different army. Can we build bats here? Yes, we can. We go for 3 bone giants. I mean, that'll be even more supportive. And have too many bone giants, especially as we're going to keep building royal burial chambers where we can. So that's 3 here. We'll have 2 elsewhere, and then we can bump those 2 up to a 4, plus another one most likely later, so that'll be good. And then I guess we do want to replace one of the bats that died, and I did want to get 4 doggos, so we can't build doggos here, can we? Okay, well, you're going to recruit doggos through global recruitment then. 2 turns. There we go, and that'll be the support army ready to go. You leveled up as well, Aru. Now, I was actually going to take you out of this army, because you're not really needed here, technically. But, I mean, you're a high-level Tomb Prince now, and you're a pretty decent fighter. I guess you could stay. You've been around with us for so long, I feel bad just trading you away now. The question is, we don't really need Retinue Trainer anymore, do we? Although it is faction-wide. Nah, but I think we're going to keep making you into a fighty lord. Or fighty, not so much a lord as a hero. Alright, go for Woundmaker for now. We could use full armor plate, but it's only 15. If it was 30, I would have gone full armor plate. But otherwise, we'll go for the damage. And Arkhan, we are still holding on to your points until we max out. Everybody else, start moving. Alrighty, a research available. We just got ourselves a useless Herald of... Herald of Zandri. Now we're going to get Herald of the Scorpion, the last one, and for the Tomb Scorpion army. After that, we'll get the Heralds Empowered. I wonder how many turns this will take. Oh, 5 turns. Okay, that's not too bad. The global recruitment and stuff is really nice. We should probably get these soon. They're only going to take 1 turn as well. Yeah, you know what? Maybe we'll go Herald of the Scorpion, then we'll build Ravenous Bloodlust after that. Although, the -5 melee defense kind of hurts early on. We could wait until our armies are more leveled up. Nah, it's not that we super need it. We've been fine. Alright, so that's good. You're gonna need another level as well. Ah, man, I'm so tired. My tongue don't want to make words no more. Not that it ever does. You're gonna go for some melee defense, I think. Wait, what else do you have here? Oh, we have to level up your damn Necro Serpents. So that is Charioteers, I think? No, it's Elite Cavalrymen. Necropolis Knights, there we go. Alright, go for Elite Cavalrymen. Oh, no, I'm wrong. We gotta get Restless Dead and Narrow's Incantation of Protection because you don't have a magic guy. You're the only magic guy here. Alright. Settlements, probably not Sudenburg. Kind of last on my list here. And I think we actually built, I built a bunch of stuff before attacking, but we now have 15k that we should probably use. I guess we could upgrade Galvaraz, so it's not really too wasteful here. And I guess with that, we are basically out of cash now. Oh, another Pyramidion to upgrade. Always love upgrading a Pyramidion. And then I guess we're going to do Skavenblight next episode, or at least the battle outside Skavenblight, because I don't imagine we're going to have enough time to do that this time.
Time for pest control.
Yeah, I don't think so. Okay, let's end the turn with that, I guess, just to see if anything interesting happens, if nothing else. I really also wonder what the Skaven will do after this. Walk off. I'm so glad I moved you earlier, because I completely forgot about you. And we also need to make enough money. Oh, in fact, maybe next turn we'll build that Necro Sphinx building somewhere else. I don't remember whether I ended up building one last episode, but I did want to build two either way to get into the Sphinx army. Even though it's a little too heavily Sphinxed up, but that's whatever. It's not nearly as Sphinxed up as the Scorpion army will be Scorpioned up. I'm making so much sense today. Oh, man. Okay, Krasgrak, Angrand, you're about to get declared war on Angrand. Sorry, but not sorry. We might as well have you take Spite Peak. Walk off. Jagged Horn Tribe, you can declare war on us. You want a non-aggression pack. That's adorable. We're gonna kill you as well just so you don't raid our stuff. And, okay, raiding. Yeah, that's exactly why you're gonna die, buddy. And Herald of the Scorpion, here to stay. Beautiful. Another 10 melee defense for Tomb Scorpion units. That's pretty disgusting. Those things are going to be impossible to kill. We just need to get the Lord out there. In fact, speaking of Lords out there, that's the Wisdom of the 6th Dynasty. We could get that. Although, you know what? Once again, I think we will wait on Alcazar, because the Skeleton Archer, Chariots, and Chariot buffs, it does nothing for anybody. I don't even know if we're going to bother like, making this guy the Scorpion army. We could try to make a Lich Priest the Scorpion army. Will the Lich Priest buff Scorpions in any special way? I don't feel he will, but we might as well double check just in case. Do you have any special abilities? 5th Generation, Magical Reserves, Arcane Conduit, Assyrian's Bargain, Loyal Servant to Tahoth. Nah, none of this really helps. I really wish that he could ride in a Casket of Souls, just like the Exiles of Nehek. Yeah, so you're... I mean, I wasn't going to level up this guy specifically, but a Lich Priest in general. And yeah, it's not super helpful. Okay, well, if it's not... We should get one of these for the ranged army, though. But I've seen other ones with prepared. I do wonder if you can have a Lord that buffs up Scorpions. Or is it just heroes that can buff up Scorpions? I guess we'll see. Although Cunning sort of makes sense with the poison stuff. Anyway, well, let's keep moving everybody along. You're going to keep moving towards Spite Peak. You should be able to take it for our next turn. Karakazul has fallen. Looks like our Dragon Boys ain't having such a great time now. Might have to help them out a little bit. Desolation of Nagash, what are we doing here? Oh, another Pyramidion, yes. Oh, speaking of things, you need more growth. And I want to build, other than more Pyramidions, which I'll take a look at in a second. In fact, I could probably do this between the episodes. It's going to take too long now, isn't it? We already have the other Necro Sphinx army building here, don't we? So we should build one. Cameron War Sphinx, I guess we'll take out the Sepulchral Stalker. We can always rebuild one if we need to. Where's that Necro Sphinx? We can only build one. We need one more, and then this army will be good to go. We just need to find out where to build this. Do we even have any other rank 5 settlements, or is that the only one? Oh, no. If it's the only one, we won't be able to do anything about it. I think it might be. I don't think I was willing to pay anywhere, unfortunately. And, oh, wow, Black Tower of Arkhan hasn't even reached rank 5, and it's been with us for ages. Okay, yeah, it looks like we don't have another rank 5 settlement. Damn, that's disappointing. What about you, Jaluk Oasis? You can upgrade to rank 5, but it'll take you 2 turns. You know what, we'll do that right now, because it's a military hub anyway. And I'll take a look at the other building stuff between the episodes. Let's just move our army, see if anything fascinating happens before we call this episode. Only a single battle, but at least we've achieved some stuff, and we've basically got the entire southern parts. We've allied with Itzitza and Kalidor, or the Knights of Kalidor, and now we're going to push against the dwarves. Once again, I don't really care about fighting the dwarves, it's just that they're in the way. I might even sack some of their territories. I mean, we could take all the Badlands, but I feel like we should try to enable Kaldor to get a little bit stronger, and just so that we have an actual ally. Especially when the entire world comes calling and declares war. And I said, hello? What the hell is this? I wanted to fight you guys in the field, you freaking jerks. Why do you guys have to be jerks? Well, Skavenblight will fall now. Can you even take Miragliano with those 2 armies? Honestly, I don't think they can. I think that's too weak. What are you guys gonna do? Attack this? With towers? I mean, they have something of a chance. Well, that's really disappointing, because this battle will be too weak now. Man, I think we might have to just auto-resolve Skavenblight. What the hell, game? Especially since Skavenblight is a fairly boring battle without GCCM. Oh, and yeah, I was asked previously why I wasn't using GCCM. It's ruined campaigns with that I've done before because it doesn't get updated on the same schedule as SFO does, and I do try to minimize campaign loss in that way. You can probably not get auto-resolved, can you? Okay. We'll see if the other army helps or if the auto-resolve is still broken as all hell. Or we could stay siege and then move you back into Miragliano and see what these idiots do. No, they'll just move to Skavenblight and then they'll attack this army together. I think we have no choice but to attack. Let's do that. And then I think this is auto-resolvable. There's no point in fighting this. I'm gonna quick save it just in case both the armies somehow die magically. Oh, we can't. Because, okay, wait, break siege. I have to do it the other way around. You can do it, right? Because you have artillery, you can break through the gate. Yes, you can, beautiful. And this time it's actually less balance of power. How does that make any amount of sense? Why is this so broken with these 2 armies? We really don't need to artillerize these people. Alright, I'm gonna quick save it, and then if everybody dies, I'm just gonna reload, because it's a waste of time. Yeah, it looks like a reload. That's just silly. That is absolutely silly. Okay, I will fight this. You know what? I'll fight this right now, then. I'll reload and fight it right now, but I'm not going to make it cinematic. I'm just going to quickly artillerize everything to heck. Okay, let's do it. Alright, cut. Actually, you know what? I made the cut, and then I realized we're basically out of time anyway, so I think I'll just continue this and next time and call it here. There's only a few minutes left in this episode anyway, and I could do the administrative stuff that we have left this turn while continuing the siege, and then we can just restart this, because I feel like this is going to take a long time. Well, not super long. Even at max speed, it's going to take like 10 minutes most likely, just by virtue of having to wait until the artillery destroys everything. So, yeah, really disappointed in the auto-resolve, because this is going to be a fairly pointless battle, but hey, we should try to make it work. Maybe we could get some duels going, like between the Rat Ogres and the Ushabti and the Hellpit Abomination as well, after all the artillery have basically been taken off the walls. Yeah, and we'll destroy the towers. I'm just planning this ahead of time. Anyway, we'll see that next time, as well as, I'm not entirely sure where we go from here. We do still have to take Tobar. In fact, why am I doing this? I could end it right here. Continue siege. And then, yeah, we'll probably attack Tobaro. Why did this minimize? We can attack Tobaro. Magritte, I mean, do we let these guys keep Magritte? How do they feel about us? Oh, they really don't like us. And I'm willing to bet they don't want to non-aggress. So what'll happen when we declare war on the dwarfs? They will not appreciate that, will they? Well, I guess we'll see. I guess we could take Tobaro for ourselves and build some military buildings there without taxing it. But other than that, I think most of the next episode will be, other than the attack on Skavenblight, we'll be just going up here and seeing if we can't reach Clan Angron. We should send a couple armies up here as well. Oh, it looks like Dragonhorn Mine is free for the taking. Oh, since they're gonna destroy the greenskins by themselves, aren't they? And then there will be no one left to fight. Oh, okay, that's a problem. Grimgor has 2 left. This is a major problem because we have to ask Grimgor to join the fight against Clan Angron, as they're not fighting anybody else that would trade with us and allow for that to happen. So we have to do that very, very soon. Probably next turn or the turn after that. We'll have to be real careful. We'll also have to start moving armies up here so that their armies don't instantly kill all of this. We might actually have to build a temporary lord right here. Okay, wait, what'll happen? Oh, right, wait, we'll take Skavenblight. That'll give us the Book of Nagash. Then we build a new lord up here. All it can recruit is Necro Serpent, so that's what it's going to do. Just to defend against the inevitable Angrunt pushback. We're also going to send Walkoff up here to defend against this, while Arkhan slowly marches up here as well. And wait, this will give us 2 new lords, so at the same time, what we'll do is recruit another army here, transfer all of these Cairn Wraiths to it, and start building an all-ghost army, minus the lord. And have this army with the bunch of transfer units start moving, because we'll get all the Sphinxes to this army, it'll be complete, and then we'll have it attack the dwarves. Anyway, that's the plan. I'm not entirely sure I'll stick to it, because as I said, it's very late and I'm very tired, and I probably sound very confused today, at least a little bit more so than usual. So we'll see if I can't be a little bit more coherent next time around, so stay tuned for Skavenblight and the war with the Dowie. So with that said, as always, I do appreciate any and all feedback in regards to the gameplay, yada 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 yada. All glory to the algorithm, and thanks for watching. God, I need some sleep.